Hey guys, what's going on? This is Argustic Dunbar coming to you again. And this one is a little different. I typically don't like to, rant or complain or whatever. But I had a subscriber specifically request that I make this video. And I was like, why not? We had a good conversation. We talked for maybe 30, 40 minutes about it. Real good conversation. And I'm going to basically say, why I don't believe you should go to college. Why I believe colleges today are a scam. They're a shamble. Like, we should not be doing it. In the 21st century, whatever hell the century this is, yeah, the 21st century, we shouldn't be going to colleges. We should not be, or let me say it this way, we should not be paying to go to colleges. I can see colleges, if they don't adapt and they don't innovate soon, I can see colleges being a thing of the past altogether. Altogether, guys. I can just see it happening. But let me tell you about why I believe I'm qualified to talk about this. So I was actually born in Flint, Michigan, raised in Houston, Texas, all over, the inner city. Acres Home is not a very nice place. Just go ask anyone who's ever been there, okay? And I remember there were times where we didn't have lights, we didn't have hot water, all of our appliances were being repossessed. We just came from a family with no financial literacy, no kind of money being saved, and no kind of money, no kind of wealth. Like, wealth wasn't even a word we talked about, okay? And just like many other people, when you go without something for so long, you begin to like yearn for it, like you really want it, right? That's what led me down the path of really wanting to learn about how money worked and everything. And it's so funny because whenever I talk to my family and my parents, they're like, Argustic, well, all you care about is money, money, money. And I'm just like, well, I mean, it's not my fault I didn't grow up without it. That's you know what I mean? Like, if I had it, it wouldn't be a big deal. But so that's my upbringing. So I did what was everyone was told to do: is get good grades, go to a good school, get a good job, right? Still waiting on someone to tell me what a good job is, but I listened because it was all that I knew, so that's what I did. Graduated about almost 40,000, just shy of 40,000 in student loan debt, and I came out better than most, making around mid 60s when I graduated. And that's because I went to school for engineering. Most people don't. Most people don't pick that. Most people pick something completely ridiculous. They pick it because it's their passion. That's what they love to do, which makes sense a little bit. But at the same time, like, you're not going to college, or at least I wasn't going to college to follow my passion. I was going to make money. That was the goal. This goes back to the "what do you want" video. Like, I want to make money. I'm going to major in what makes me money. That's it. College was an investment. It was a business choice. It was just like anything else. It was a almost a $40,000 investment in myself in order to get a certain income. And I'm going to start by saying that I don't think that college was always a bad move. It's just now, with the advent of the internet and how poor we are financially, like literacy wise, and just how easy it is to make money in this country, I would say now it doesn't make sense to use college as an avenue, at least not to pay for it. Okay, here are my arguments on why we shouldn't be paying for colleges. One is it's hella expensive. Okay, I know people with up to $150,000 worth of student loan debt, like USC graduates, like come from nothing, like single parent households. $150,000 to graduate and make 50? Really? You can work your way up to 50 without ever going to get a fucking degree, right? You can work your way up to $50,000. It might take a little longer, but you can do it. And it's just like, it doesn't really make sense. Think about it. You go through school the first 22, 23 years of your life, and you know nothing about financial literacy. You know nothing about money whatsoever. But at the age of 22, at the youngest of 22, you graduate and you're now responsible for paying back, on average, $25,000 to the government. The average student who graduates from a public university, a public college, has $25,000 worth of student loan debt. $25,000 on average. So you know nothing about money. And this is the crazy part right here, guys. If I were to ask you to guess, and this video is probably going to be longer than most videos because it's a rant, but whatever. If I were to ask you to guess, what percentage of people do you think don't have jobs lined up by the time they graduate? What percentage do you think? Okay, stop the video, pause it if you want, okay, and just think about it. Do you think it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 30? What percentage do you think it is? And I'm getting this number from, where is this website? From aftercollege.com. Okay, I think they're a credible source. I mean, they help you get scholarships to go to college. I hope that the numbers they're giving are real. But what do you think it is? Are you ready for this number? And don't gasp. Try not to die after you hear this number. What if I told you 88% of students graduate without a degree? I'm sorry, without a job lined up when they got their degree. The average student, 88% of students graduate and do not have a job lined up. The average student has $25,000 worth of student loan debt. 66% of people who go to, public colleges graduate with student loan debt and don't have a job lined up. So you're as young as you're gonna be, okay? No work experience, no money experience, no business experience, no nothing. But you're responsible for $25,000, and you most likely don't have a job. Does that really make sense? Like, does it really make sense to do that? Is that really starting you and your children or your family on the right track? Right? Really? It's a terrible idea. It's super expensive. Okay, you buy these books and they make you. I think it's all a ploy for money, honestly, because they make you take these classes that you are never going to use, just to keep you there for a few more semesters and get you to pay a few more dollars. And you graduate, you get a little tassel, you get to flip to one side and say, "I did it. I'm so educated." And most of that crap you learn, you never use. Like, I think I saw a statistic somewhere that said that there are 500,000 students with bachelor's degrees working minimum wage jobs today in America. You don't need a bachelor's degree to work a minimum wage job. You basically wasted your time and you wasted your money. Guys, you can, like, money comes and goes, okay? You can't get back your time. You can't get back your time. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't think about, but you can't get back your time. And I can just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Okay, so this is what I think the solution is. And I'll tell a story to end this up. I think the solution is self-education. As soon as I say that, I know a lot of people are thinking, well, all of us aren't disciplined, and some of us are lazy, and some of us don't want. Well, hey, it's gonna. We're moving into a new economy, a new world where you have to, guys, like, pensions are being depleted so quickly. If you don't know what a pension is where you go and you work for a company for 30, 40 years and they say, hey, you've worked for us for 30 to 40 years, so we're going to pay you for the rest of your life in your retirement. Thank you. Those are going away. Okay? Social Security won't be here by the year 2037. The government has already said that. So we're moving into a new economy where you're responsible. You're more responsible now, today, for your choices than ever, long term. Okay, so those people who are too lazy and don't want to make any changes, they were going to be screwed anyway. Okay, so we're moving into a new phase, right? I think it's going to be about self-education, and not only self-education, cheaper, it's more effective, and I already said cheaper. It's just more practical. It's more practical. It's so funny. I remember my very first internship. I was making $16 an hour, and I think it came out to maybe like $30,000 full-time income, right? I was only there for 3 months, so I made $16 an hour. And I remember calling my mom and my dad up saying, hey, Mom, Dad, I'm so excited. I'm making $16 an hour. Like, isn't this great? And the first thing they said was, wow, you're making more money than we ever have, period. So that's what I realized. I grew up on less than $30,000, but whatever. I guess you can do it. And I remember talking to my hiring manager, and he was telling me how there were people at this company on this floor that did the exact same job as me, or they were there. There were people who had 4-year degrees making so much money, and there were people there that didn't have degrees making the equal amount of money. And I was like, how the hell did that happen? And what he said was that they would get hired on based on their projects and their experience. So they would have to show them that during the interview process, and then they get hired on. They make a little bit less than what the people who have the degrees would make. And then after 60 to 90 days, once they've proved that, okay, they know how to hang and they know what they're doing, then they got bumped up and they were making equal amount of money. And I was like, man, so there are people here. Like, I just kind of started to see it. And then there was a time where I was in my car one day. I was driving back from my office. I was driving home, and my check engine light comes on. And one thing you guys need to know about me is I don't know anything about cars. Okay, I know check engine light. I know that's bad. I know that means I need to pull over, and I don't play with that stuff. Okay, I pay people to fix my car. I don't do that. So I pulled over. I called my insurance company. I said, "Hey, come get somebody to tow me home. I'll fix this tomorrow." Okay, and so a guy pulled up. His name is Side. Really cool guy. Um, and I'm always communicating. I'm always networking. I'm always trying to meet new people. Okay, and we were just talking, and he tows my car. And I'm just talking to him like, "Hey, what's going on? What do you do?" He's very passionate about tennis, and he has a family that's overseas that he's taking care of, and all of this. And I was asking him, I was like, "Okay, so is this your company, or do you have a boss?" And he was like, "No, no, this is my company." I was like, "Okay, well, tell me how you got started. I'm always interested." He said that what he did was he was working in corporate America. I think he worked at a bank or something like that, and he got tired of it. So what he did was he saved up $10,000. He bought this tow truck. Okay, he paid for a license to take a test to learn how to get towed people. I guess you need a license for that. I didn't know that. And he said he watched YouTube videos to learn how to use the truck. He watched YouTube videos to learn how to use the truck, and then he showed me. He said, "Argustic, every time that I tow somebody, I make $100, and it gets debited to my account within 5 minutes of me dropping them off and saying that I did it." He says, "I do 10 of those a day, and I go home." And he works 5 days a week. He might work 6 or 7 if he wants. Guys, do that math. He does 10 of them, $100 a piece. Okay, that's $1,000 a day. Multiply that by 30. That's $30,000 a month this guy made. And he didn't need a college degree to do it. Okay, 30,000 a month times 12 is at what, $360,000 a year? Very simple, man. I started to realize, oh my goodness, I've been scammed. I've been scammed. But this only happens to people who don't know any better, guys. And so this is just me ranting and raving and just trying to tell you that you don't need to go to college to make it. Does it get you a higher starting salary, at the very beginning? Absolutely. But it comes with the cost. It comes with the cost. 88% of you guys aren't going to have jobs lined up when you graduate. 66% of you will have student loan debt. And 25,000 is going to be the average. Okay? So I would just say think about it. And now I'll wrap up with this last story. I had a lady when I was in New Orleans. Her and her son came up to me. He may have been in like maybe 6th or 7th grade or something like that, and he wanted to study engineering. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Your head's in the right place. And just an aside, sometimes you do need to go to college. Okay, you do. Not to contradict myself. If you're going to be like a doctor or something where like you're working on things that are critical to our society, and there are certain things you still need to go to school for. A 4-year university, I don't know, but there are certain things that you can only learn in a setting, and you don't like. I'm specifically talking about doctors, writing software and things like that, and tow truck. Absolutely not. The average person does not need to go. Anyway, this lady came up to me and he was talking. She was like, "Hey, my son's young. He's thinking about going to college. Da, 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 da. What would you recommend for him?" And I was very clear. I said, "Do not pay to go to college. Do not pay to go to college. Anything that you can learn engineering-wise, okay, you can learn on YouTube, more than likely, okay? If you're going to go to college, I would say move to a college town and live there and network and mingle and make friends with these people, but don't pay to go to the classes. Just fucking go to the classes and sit in and learn. Okay? No, you're not going to get the degree, but you're going to get the same knowledge. You're going to get the same information. You can still study with guys. You just won't pay to get that coursework. And then what do you do? This next step is on you. You need to take initiative to start projects where you can actually start utilizing the things that you're learning in these classes, guys. It's not illegal to sit in on a class and not pay for it. It's called auditing. Okay? I know a lot of white people who do this. A lot of older, I don't say white people. I know a lot of older people who do these things, okay? I would say go to a college town, mingle, network with these guys, sit in on these classes for free, learn the same material that they're learning, take some extra initiatives to do some projects outside of a schoolroom, outside of a classroom. And also, I would say go, whatever it is that you want to do, go find someone who's already doing it and say, "Hey, would you mind if I shadow you? Hey, would you mind if I keep in touch with you? Hey, would you mind if you can just teach me some things, right? I'm willing to pay for your time." Okay, because it's gonna cost a whole lot less than it's gonna cost you to go to a college, okay, and spend $25,000 worth of student loan debt. Okay, Preferably, go talk to an entrepreneur. Go talk to someone who owns their business, okay? And they started doing what you're doing, and now they're at a different level. And it's not that hard, okay? Like that. Those would be my ideas. That's my that's my genuine opinion. I'm not trying to steer people. No, I am absolutely trying to steer people away from colleges. Don't go to colleges, guys. At least don't pay. Don't pay. Do not pay, okay? Because everything you want to learn can be learned online for free. Everything that you want to learn can be learned online for free today. Pretty much everything, okay? And I'm sure there are going to be some people who disagree with this, blah, 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 blah. But from all the people who I know who went through it, who've been there, and then transitioned into entrepreneurship or whatever you want to have it, say, you know what? I was only doing that because it was the only thing that I knew. Now that I know better, I'm going to do better. Okay? So now that you guys know better, I want you guys to do better. Okay? Please like this video, subscribe, all that other stuff. I'm still learning how to work YouTube and all of that. But I apologize about this being a 16-minute video. But it's a rant, and it's honestly how I feel about it. This is my thoughts on it. So definitely like, subscribe, comment below whether you agree or disagree. I don't care. Let's do. Hey, make a video response. That'd be dope. Yeah, make a video response so we can go back and forth. That'd be dope. I typically don't even like arguing or going back and forth with people, but just because I need the experience and I'm still learning YouTube and everything, let's go for it. Let's do it. Anyway, that's my opinion. This rant is officially over. Until next time, I'll see you guys at the top. Bye.